everybody, this is Stefan from Lush and Salty Aquariums. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Zooxae, an absolutely stunning LFS in Elgin, Illinois. Since I don't edit my videos, I wanted to start on a logo, but it takes me to saltwater, which is not my thing right now. We're going to get into some serious freshwater investigation here, but look at this display, this marine aquarium that greets you right when you walk in the door. Absolutely beautiful. Now, some of you might know from my fish room 1.0 in California, I had a mixed reef like this, and it was pretty outstanding. And if you go back in time on my channel, you can see it. Was it as beautiful as this? Yes. Did it have as many stony corals as this? Absolutely not. I recall that soft corals were just easier overall, and that's what I kept. But what a stunning display as you walk in. And there's more, but I'm just going to stay to the left. Zooxae is part of SRA, or SR Aquaristic, and that is a fantastic company that sells glass boxes, aquariums, and other supplies. I've got a fan right here. It's nearly 100 degrees in Chicago today, and probably hotter in general out here in the boondocks. For me, Elgin, Illinois is the boondocks. It's about 35 miles from Chicago, so with traffic, that's brutal. But look at this beautiful planted tank. It's chock full of fish, but I know that the owner, Scott, and his smart staff take really good care to keep a full bio load. A similar plan is to how I do things in my fish room. This looks like a paludarium of sorts. It has vampire crabs. Now, I say crabs. I'm a little nervous. I don't usually do store videos, so bear with me. And I don't do vampire crabs. You know, they breed really easily once you get them going, and many people often find themselves with too many, so they sort of have a guppy-like fecundity, or their, ability to procreate is way up there. So here are some of the fascinating, unique, one-of-a-kind items you could find here at Zooxae or through SRA. And they have a website. I'll put the links to both in the description, but they sell these like really cool hanging light orbs that you can create an ecosystem inside a hanging ball that has the built-in light. They sell these fantastic cabinets and aquarium displays. I'm doing something not quite as outstanding as this, but I'm using mangroves in my fish room. This is a freshwater, no, it's a saltwater tank, but you can actually grow these in freshwater as well out of the bottom, or brackish, of course. They seem to do equally well in any and all of that. What a beautiful display, right? It's like a group of clown ocelots, I think is the scientific name, clownfish. I forget the exact what they would call the orange-bodied ones that don't have as much of the white coloring. They all have names, kind of like guppies do. Here's another one of their kits. They will sell these, and they're made of kind of like a plaster, but they're easy to move and pretty outstanding. Very cool look, especially if you have, say, like for example, you live in a modern style house or even a ranch house, anything mid-century modern. I think this will look great. It'd also be really, really cool as a counterpoint to an old-timey apartment like the one I live in. That's their logo, pretty badass. This looks like a paludarium as well. I don't know what livestock they have in it. Now, Zooxae or SRA sells a lot of their own proprietary brands. For example, you see right here, and this is saltwater chemicals, but they also sell the known brands, like the ones we would use. Like you can get Amazon Prime and probably an SRA version of the same, and you can trust that it's going to be outstanding. This store is really first rate in all respects when it comes down to quality. I'm going to move, look at a couple of these orbs right here, try not to disturb the customers. There's a couple more of these fantastic creations. This is the red roof floaters. This is the light that would either you could buy it separately or it probably comes with its kits. I wouldn't just do this if you were inexperienced. I think you need a certain skill set to be able to pull something like this off. But they've got all of that wonderful hardware and cabinetry here, as well as incredible aquascaping tools, which I might be replenishing my supply before I leave. There's my gym shoes. You can see here their aquascaping toolkit, as good as anything ADA would offer. Look at that stainless steel. Pretty sweet, huh? So if you want to take your hobby to the next level, come out to this place out here in Elgin, Illinois. And I'm not gonna lie, it took me an hour to get here, and actually more than that. There was brutal traffic. You have to get past O'Hare Airport before you can find yourself out on the open road. So typical of any fish store, you've got the array, but look at how neat and tidy it is. There's no dead plant matter or crap on the floor. Just a really nice experience. So if you wanted to take your significant other on a errand to the local fish shop, before she rolls her eyes, you could tell her, honey, this one's different, trust me. Here's some work, or some rock work, some coral, artificial real, dry coral rock for your marine aquascaping. And then we're going to move into the hardscape materials. They have an entire warehouse. This is just what they bring out inventory from the store of wood. It's fantastic. You can go online and choose what you see is what you get, or let them do it for you. They have every kind of stone and every kind of rock work. There's the dojo, obviously, where you can play with your own aquascapes if you so desire. And then as I do a swish pan, they keep a nice and a thorough quantity of betta fish. Let's just move in on a beautiful. There's a lovely, not rare, but you can see how well they're kept. Floating plants, the large enough and private enough space. Much improved scenario than you might find at a big box store. I shouldn't say might, that you would find at a big box store. And I'm going to move past the rocks and the hardscape. Try to resist my temptation to buy yet another piece of wood that I'm not able to use right now. There's something just so appealing about spiderwood in particular. It's a sculpture in and of itself. I'm surprised more people don't just set it out on the coffee table as its own thing. And maybe that's an idea for another day. There's some music on in the background, so now we've got a radio or a Sirius XM talker. This is shrimp, moss scapes. I'm trying to find, here we go. Boom, some Caradina shrimp here. There really isn't a species or species profile that they don't or are unable to handle here at Zooxae. So you needn't fear, even if you want something particularly exotic or rare or unusual, this is your place. No, I'm not shrimp shopping today. There's a common species of Caradina cherry, a blue dream, or blue angel, whatever, you know, they've got so many subtle differences in their names. But as I switch pan around, I want to highlight something you won't find anywhere else in the hobby. This is set up like a bar in your den, but it's all live food for both marine and freshwater. They've got adult and baby brine shrimp. It's live. They've got Daphnia. They've got copepods. They've got green water. This is the Daphnia here. I'm definitely getting some of all of this. And the way it works is you would buy a plastic bottle for I think $5 or $2, and then each refill of whatever you're looking for, I believe, is $5. I think that's the most common price. And how cool is that? And it's not like they only have it once in a while. They maintain these cultures 24/7. This is definitely a unique and proprietary phenomenon. I've never seen anything like it, and I lived in California and went to some of the best stores there as well. They have the frozen and other live foods, like they have blackworms. There's some that are pre-bagged down here, because I find myself under the speaker again. When you see the beautiful hardwood floors, it's a really nice temperature in here with a pleasant fan blowing. Just an outstanding store all the way around. These are some of the nano fish that I would be most interested in if I were to come here just random. There's some lamprey killifish, there's some strawberry brigate, micro rasboras, bumblebee gobies. I don't see any animals in this tank. Chili rasboras, black tiger batis, and look at how many they have. That is a fish you won't see at your average or even above average LFS. Cubitai rasbora, that wonderful lime green. They've got quite a few. Pea puffers. There's some more Neocaridina. We have down here, looks like we're moving towards some pencil fish. I've got some of these at home. Coolie loaches. And of course, Galaxy rasbora, CPDs. Now as I move through here, we're gonna pass some really stunning corals. I won't spend a lot of time on these because it's not my thing right now, but if it's yours, you can't go wrong coming here. Now a lot of LFS might have a marine or saltwater department, but you're not going to find corals like that, or the spectrum of fish and possibilities. There's quite the array. That. What a beautiful view, right? Now I'm gonna move. I'm not gonna show you all these tanks, but I just want to give you an idea. There's some rummy nose, and they look like the brilliant kind with the super sheen. And there's some, they're calling these, I'm not even sure what those are. They're like just simple glow light tetras. Neons, cardinals, black neons, Crystilla tetras, black phantom tetras. I'm so proud of myself I don't have to read the names. I know most of these creatures by heart at this point, which is kind of fun. Silver tip, or actually these are dawn tetras, so right when I was bragging I asked up. Ooh, I might have to get some of these. Look at that spectacular anal fins. And look at the white dots in the back. Those are $6 a pop. Pretty sweet. Really intrigued by those. Green fire tetras. Yellow phantoms. rosy serape tetras. What do we have down here? I've got a group of these at home now. Super common, but I've never seen a more beautiful. Look at that white dorsal thing. So cool. And nature made that. I mean, people have bred them into color, body type, but that's a natural occurring fish. And they just have quite a few. As I said, I'm not familiar, or it's not common practice at Lush and Salty Aquariums to do any kind of live stream, and hardly ever do I go somewhere else. So I'm trying real hard to do this in one take, and I've got noise in the background, and I'm trying to be mindful of customers, and I'm also trying to give you an entertaining and all-encompassing look. I can only hope it's recording over these new age musical accompaniment. Thank God it's not a known rock song, or I'd get a YouTube strike, and that would suck because it'd be so unintentional. Ooh, look at these guys. It's like a threadfin rainbow fish. I haven't kept those yet, but they're on my bucket list. I'm seeing the harlequins and the SP rasboras. I'm going to be looking at some albino tiger barbs. Ooh, alright everybody. I was in another LFS and someone was saying they were looking all over for these, but there they are, snakeskin barbs. So cool. Ooh, I just can't wait to, when I'm done filming, to go around and decide what I'm going to take home. Try to make that super long drive worthwhile. The guppy. What do they want? So these fancy guppies are $7 a pop. You could get it cheaper, but they probably won't be as nice. Got more than just one or two, and they get into species-specific strains too. Here's some sunfin high platies. These can be very expensive, like Van Dan's fish. Here, $7. Now this place isn't going to be known for its cheap prices, but they're average, and there's nothing to raise your eyebrows at. Given the quality and the quantity and the variety, not too shabby. Now there's more in this store, but I'm running out of battery width. I'm also losing my voice, and I'm at the length where I usually like to wrap these things up. So as I said, I'll put some links in the description to Zooxae and their partner, or their other company, SR Aquaristic, which does a robust online business. I bought a couple of my aquariums there, the actual glass tanks, you get free shipping. I didn't really cover plants, but they obviously have quite a few, and I'm going to end with just a sort of panorama of the live plants. And I do hope this turned out alright. I feel like I did an okay job. There's the streetscape of Elgin, Illinois. Alright everybody, come visit this joint. As always, keep your hands in the tank. And ciao for now.